If you use a SmallRig cage with your a6700, these things are pretty versatile, what you can do as far as mounts and clips and that sort of thing. As far as camera straps, there's all the standard mounts, but you also have a QD mount, a quick disconnect mount. It's these little plug-in type mounts. A lot of people don't use those. They're not that familiar with them. But people that been in the military, that sort of thing, use these quite a bit with their rifles and other type of equipment. And they've been happy with them and used them for years and years. But for some reason, the camera industry is just a little afraid to use these and use this type of mount with a camera. But they work really well. I've never had one fail and come apart. And they're easier on the camera body and cages to use. There's quite a few options, but as far as a normal strap goes, you can get these inexpensive camera straps, which you can get them AliExpress, some other places. I'll put links to all these type of mounts and the straps below, but you can get a strap like this that's only around $6 to $7 or so from AliExpress that has all metal framework, quick connect to it. Works really well. With this, it's just a matter of you can just pick up your camera, just click it right into place, and it's secure. It'll pivot. The strap doesn't get tied up. It's a really heavy gauge strap that's wide enough it doesn't cut into your neck so easy. But they're just super quick and versatile to switch between cameras too. So if you're carrying a couple of cameras with you, different lenses, but want to have your straps set up around your shoulder to where you're really comfortable with it, you can use these easier than you can some of the other mounts. So if you just using this cage here, it already has the mount in it. You just push this in, pop it out, and can switch to another camera. If you've got, say, a bigger lens with another camera mounted on it, just quick push of that button, stick it in, and you're good to go. It's secure. And I trust these actually to use with some of my bigger lenses, like this is the Sony 200 to 600, and it just pops right in, pops out, and you can switch between cameras without having to take that strap off your shoulder once you're set up and comfortable with it, and go from there. They also work really good as stabilizing when you shoot video. If you take this strap, have it around your shoulder and hanging down, you can raise the strap up enough to where you can sort of leverage this against your body and shoot video. So what I do a lot of times, I'll just have a camera handle like this on the cage, let this strap hang and hold weight off my body, and then shoot video that way, and it makes it more stable. So you can just pop this out, tilt it back, have the cage on here, still see what you're shooting, hold it down about waist level, and let some of the weight just set on this strap and stabilize your video to where you don't have shaky video with it. With this type of strap also, just being able to convert to a wrist strap really quickly, so you can just pop that out, just have one of these type of mounts, which these type of quick disconnect mounts are only about $1.50 to $3 at the most. When you order them, you can use any variety of wrist strap that you already have and just pop your shoulder strap out quickly to a wrist strap and just to sink it, and just have that to where it's a lighter weight setup on it, just safety by hand. You can use these with any strap you already have, or even just some paracord and run through here and make your own strap. You know, a lot of cameras and other handheld equipment will come with these little light cords, and hanging it off of it all the time, I wouldn't trust it, but just as a safety measure, you can just hook this around this QD mount with it, and for $3 you've got a strap that you can wear with you for safety to hold your camera with it. Just throw that around your wrist and you're good to go. But a lot of times people just don't think of these QD mounts to use and they're just so fast compared to most of the other mounts, having to screw these in, always making sure that you've got, you know, it threaded in there tight enough to where it's your normal strap's not going to come loose and unscrew and fall off on it. These is just that one secure clip. You can just feel it to make sure it's tight, and it's not going to come loose. And you really have to push these buttons in fairly firm to get it to come out. When it's holding on the strap, this sort of protects this button from getting pressed in, and it works really well. There's also some other type of mounts. I'll put an image here, but you can just, with this SmallRig Cage that's made for the 6700, you can screw in a quick disconnect mount here, so it just screws right in to the top, and then you can use one of these mounts to click in the top of that where it'll hang straight at your stomach, and you can just pick it straight up as you move, versus on the bottom. Some people don't like to have the camera hanging upside down, but with that other type of mount, you can just screw this into it, and then this will quick connect in here, and these cages are strong enough to take the weight even from a bigger lens. And I prefer these to just the standard straps. On these SmallRig cages, these side mounts are really sharp on them, and they can cut through straps, especially if you're using a cord like this type of cord on the sides here. It can cut through these quickly with time. But with these type of QD mounts, you know, if you got a smoother rounded edge on here, and it's not going to wear this cord out on it, and all your friction is at this mount as opposed to really grinding into the cord. So I feel like these are a lot safer. But that's just something to think about. If you already have this type of cage or looking for a cage, very few camera cages have these QD mounts on them, but I'd look for a cage with it like this SmallRig that has that QD mount, and it's just a safe setup, a super quick setup, and works really well for, you know, all situations on it, where video or just taking photos. And just being able to switch from one camera to another. So if you're carrying a small camera, you know, one for, like, say, birding, long lenses, that sort of thing, and then you have something for close-up photography, you can just easily keep that strap on your shoulder and switch from one mount to the other just by pushing that in, and then you're good to go and have that full pivot. So you know, it's often overlooked type of mount, but that QD quick disconnect is you know, one of my favorites. So something you might want to try. I'll put links to all the stuff I showed in the description below, and then some images I'll throw into the video that will show the other type of mounts I was talking about. So if this helped at all, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.